First quarter obviously put us in a position where it was very difficult, and I thought our players really battled after the first quarter. Obviously the first quarter I take ownership for. We weren't ready for whatever reason. We weren't setting edges. We weren't tackling, doing the things that we've normally done. They ran the ball extremely effectively, and that's me. So our players kept fighting. Our coaches made some adjustments. I thought we played a lot better. We forced some turnovers. We scored some points. I had some things go our way, some things not go our way, but they played really well. And there was a point in the game we're down 35-7 or whatever it was, and the guys just kept playing, kept battling, and obviously didn't score enough, didn't stop them enough to win the game. And disappointed for our seniors because of that, because as a head coach, I take a lot of ownership and responsibility and making sure those kids feel the way that I believe they should feel on senior day. And it was a special day for them, coming into the stadium and seeing all the fans, having their parents with them. I know our players wanted to play well for those seniors, and you could see them straining all the way to the end to do that. And the first quarter just put us in a position where it was very difficult to win. And we talked at halftime with the guys and said there's been a lot of crazy games in college football this year. This one can be no different. And it's 35-14 at that point. But, when you give up 300 and some yards rushing, and I know we had 300 yards rushing as well, but when you give up that many, it's difficult to win a game. I don't think I've ever been a part of one that I've won when we've done that. So, we got one more game to play, and we'll talk with the players tomorrow about where we go from here and what we need to do to get better. Whoever we play in the bowl and taking advantage of our opportunities. But that's it. Questions?
Did you think the first quarter was more of them or more of what you guys weren't doing?
I'm sure it's a combination of the two. They broke a lot of tackles. We were in position on some plays to make plays. We were out of position on some plays. I do think that when we've played some tempo teams and for whatever reason we weren't lined up and in position to play as well as I thought we would be. And we've seen, obviously, their offense before, so we knew how fast it was going to come at you. And, just didn't execute and play with good enough fundamentals in the first quarter. And I take ownership for that. If they couldn't do it, then I didn't get them ready to do it. And I know they won't tell you that because I thought they had a great week of practice and they knew what they were supposed to do. But, when you get in games like that, big games against, rival teams, good players, there's very little margin for error. And you saw it on the other side of the field with our guys too. It was a 500-plus yard day on both sides. There's a lot of players that made plays.
When you say you weren't ready, was it entirely the fundamentals, or did you think that you got a different look from North Carolina than you expected?
No, they did do a few things different, with their stances in the first quarter. We had some tendencies that I thought we'd be able to get some things off of, and to their credit, they broke them. But it really was just, them breaking tackles. And, if you're playing the B gap and you're in the gap, you don't just put your body there. You get off the block and you make the tackle. And those are things you have to be able to do against a good back. And there were times we did and times we didn't, and things that we've done very well at times this season. So wasn't expecting that.
After the first quarter, it's 35 points scored by North Carolina.
Yeah.
What did the guys do to get their feet back underneath them, though, and hold it scoreless in the second quarter?
I just told them to keep playing the next play and don't look at the scoreboard. And I wasn't sure, last year going into the game how it would be, and all of a sudden we were up, right? And same thing I told them last year, don't look at the scoreboard, keep playing. Same thing I told them this time. And our players were very good on the sideline. They were being positive with each other. They were encouraging each other. And they believed that we could come back and win. And I think, it had to be a couple plays to get that thing going, and some plays were made that helped. But, like I said, I thought our players did a really good job of hanging in there. Joe?
The adjustments, because they didn't score in the second quarter, did you make them after the end of the first quarter or at the half?
We made adjustments throughout the game. Every time we came to the sideline. And some of the adjustments were just, hey, guys, we got to tackle better. We were in position, right? Or, hey, we can't let 13 get behind us. We knew what he was. He's fast. That's why he averages 26 yards a catch. You got to stay on top of that kid. But, like I said, I think at the half we did some different things with our gaps to help. and tackled better, really, you know, in the second half. And the offense had some drives that helped us make some adjustments too, you know, and that's part of it. It's being off the field.
It's the second year in a row for Jacoby to rush for over 100 yards against them.
Yeah.
What did you think of how he played?
He played hard. He played really hard, and he threw for 200 and rushed for 128. He played like he always does. He plays hard, you know. I mean, he competes, and that's the one thing that his legacy will be here. I mean, he is a very competitive guy that gives everything he can, and proud to have been around him, you know, and look forward to coaching him one more time. But he plays hard. All right, thank you.